are a lot of ideas about how people build drawing skills, and everybody remember that drawing is a skill. It is something that you learn through practice. And today I'm going to talk to you about 4 different ways to practice drawing skills and build them up. And one way is through tracing. Grab a picture from a magazine and trace it. What do you learn from this? Isn't this just cheating? No, not at all. What you learn from this is just the different ways that forms are shaped. When your pencil line is tracing them, it does build muscle memory and it does build visual memory, and it helps to build your skill. So here I've pulled out a picture from a magazine and I've put a coat of graphite on the back, and I'm just tracing it into my sketchbook. And I'm making choices and decisions about what parts that I want to outline and how I want to outline it. And I end up with this kind of cool cartoony contour drawing of this from this picture from this magazine. And through doing this, I've learned about just different forms in the way that things are positioned, foreshortening, different viewpoints. So you can learn through tracing, and now you can turn it into something uniquely your own. So you can add shading or some imaginative elements to it, make a background, and create a page in your sketchbook with tracing as the basis. The second way that you can build your drawing skills is through copying. And what I mean by copying is just grabbing another magazine picture source, noticing all of the details of it, just cut it out or tear it out of the magazine, and then start to observe it and draw it as best that you can. Copying is usually meaning copying something from a 2-dimensional source. So you're not drawing something from life, you're actually copying a picture. So a photograph or even a cartoon, you can learn from copying from comic books or any sort of drawings or illustrations from books that you like. You can learn about the artist's style from copying them. Why do you think people always, in the old movies and old artistic traditions, they went to museums and they copied the masters? So copying, you can learn from doing that. So here I've just created a quick sketch, just placing everything where I see it, and I'm just constantly looking back and forth between the source picture and my photograph and trying to copy all of the values and all of the shapes as best that I can. You could use a grid method for this too if you're doing something really large, and I can show you the grid method on a later video, but this is just basically looking and trying to draw what you see as best that you can. And then you'll have a replica of your source picture. The third way of building your drawing skills is drawing from observation. This means getting something from nature or getting an actual object and looking at it and drawing it. So I picked a little natural weed here. I don't even know what this type of plant is. I just went out in my yard and picked it, and I'm putting it on my sketchbook, and I'm just gonna try to sketch it. And again, I'm making a really quick gesture sketch of it just to start with, just to get the basic forms down. And again, I'm gonna lay it in front of me and I'm not gonna move it, because I kind of want to pretend that it's a 2-dimensional picture as much as I can. This is where the skill of flattening something from 3D into a 2D drawing comes in. And this is really gonna build your skills doing that. And it's really gonna build your skills of observation, noticing detail, noticing color, and getting all of those perception skills, right? Because drawing realistically is a lot about perception. It's a lot about noticing. This can be very meditative, just sitting for 30 minutes and looking at a flower. When do we ever get a chance in our lives to do that? So take the time, grab an object, any object. You can pick a natural object or something from your kitchen, or even a pencil, some of your art materials, and don't forget the cast shadow. That's a really important part of it. So making sure that that is put there. I'm adding a little bit of color in this just to kind of make it a little more interesting. And there is my observational drawing. okay? From an object that is from real life, not from a flat picture. So we learn a lot of drawing skills from doing this. The fourth way of building your drawing skills is drawing from imagination. So this can be something abstract, or in this drawing, I'm just going to use all of the different skills that I'm going to kind of do a callback to all of the little drawings that we just did together. So I'm going to incorporate different elements from each one of those drawing skills, and I'm going to just make up a surreal sort of composition, and just try to play and have fun and make an interesting drawing from what I've learned from all of these different practices. So yours can be anything that you wish. Again, this is from imagination. Maybe it's from a memory, or maybe it's from something that you can imagine from the future. It doesn't have to be something that you can observe. So to review the 4 different ways: tracing, copying, drawing from observation, and finally drawing from imagination. These are the 4 ways that you can build your drawing skills, and I really encourage you to try to do this in your sketchbooks this summer. Practice, practice, practice. It doesn't have to be perfect. Enjoy!